What's up, everybody? It's your boy P. Frank Williams. We're here for another episode of the Diary of P. Frank, brought to you only by True Magazine. Today, we're taking you outside and live and in person to one of the most famous churches in all of America. This is First AME Church, the first black church in Los Angeles. Almost 25 years ago, I was a 20-something-year-old kid, 24 maybe, and I was covering the funeral of Eazy. This is the church where Eazy's funeral service was held back in 1995, March of 1995 to be exact. I wrote Eazy's cover story for his death in the source, and I also wrote the story of him dying, sort of a memorial in the LA Times back then. It's funny because I had met Eazy a few different times. One of the times was at 92.3 The Beat. You know, some of y'all don't know, but 92.3 used to be The Beat, and Theo was on there, and Eazy had a radio show on there where he would have different celebrities come on and hip hop. And it was just deep to think that one of the most important figures in all of hip hop, the godfather of gangster rap, was getting buried. I mean, the guy was barely 30-something years old. I think he was 31 years old. And so a lot of us couldn't believe it in the hip hop nation that Eazy-E, one of the most hardcore G people in all the world, the man who brought you NWA, had died of AIDS. And I remember we all found out, we really didn't know if it was true. It was hard to believe because first they said he was HIV. I had went down to the hospital over at Cedars-Sinai. They made an announcement that he died. And so I was here to cover the funeral for the LA Times and also the source. And I remember seeing a lot of the kids out here lined up, and friends and family. And it was sort of a dark day, you know, but I think that one of the good things is that people learned a lot, I think, from the death of Eazy-E. And today, you know, I think hip hop artists, unfortunately, people still get shot or get hurt sometimes, but we take HIV and AIDS pretty seriously. I remember being inside of the actual place, and the Reverend Cecil, who's one of the most famous black preachers in all of America, definitely in Los Angeles, who was a big deal during the LA riots. Cecil was eulogizing Eazy-E, and he talked about all the great things that he did, stop the violence campaign, we're all in the same gang. Eazy was a big part of the community, but he also talked about the vulnerability in AIDS. And one of the things I remember that Reverend Murray said during the service was, "I know a little blackbird that sings," Murray said, pointing his finger at the coffin. Remember this? And his lyrics are, "I want you to live. I want you to be careful. I want you to slow down." He was talking about living a fast life, making sure you take care of yourself, strap it up. You know, whatever way Eric died, some people think it was because of, you know, sex that he had, or you never know. There's some speculation that Suge Knight was responsible. He made a crazy video about it. So there's still a lot of suspicion surrounding somewhat of the death of Eazy-E. But no matter what, I think hip hop learned a big lesson that day. We all remember him and wish that he was still here. Success is straight out of Compton. You see artists like The Game, you see artists like the Snoop, you see the success of Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, all of that, YG, none of that could have happened without Eazy-E. So today we just wanted to bring you down to First AME and show you the actual place where Eazy-E had his funeral, and I was there almost 25 years ago. So it's hip hop history. We bring it to you only on True Magazine. And this has been another episode of the Diary of P. Frank, live and direct, First AME Church, only on TrueMagazine.com.